today we will be talking on more nuances relating to team building and effectiveness. So first I would like to start with the concept of effective teams. Now what are effective teams? The high performance teams add tremendous value to the organizations. Nurturing and developing them aids efficiency and maximize the effectiveness and the flexibility of individuals and the organization. Now the characteristics of a successful team is about 1. They have a shared sense of mission, followed by a thorough awareness of the team goals, the resources required to achieve such goals, and the mutual respect amongst the team members, both for who they are as individuals and for what they contribute to the team success. Valuing and accepting the members' strengths and the weaknesses is one of the prime characteristics of a successful team, followed by the mutual trust, which is an essential element of a successful team. The willingness to share one's expertise and the knowledge, and of course the openness to speak freely. To deal effectively with all of the team tasks, individuals must have a diverse set of skills. For many positions required to complete the team task, a variety of personal styles are required. The individuals and the group accountability. Each team member accepts the responsibilities for both his or her own work and the team's work. The members of the squad announcing their intentions and then following through. So how do we create the team values? The teams that perform well contribute a lot to the success of the business, and it is well worth the time and effort to nurture and grow them. Where they are the organizational leadership teams, they have a substantial impact on the general culture. More than all the plans and the performance-oriented banners, the people acquire their best cues about the behavior that are very crucial to the organization's success by watching their leaders in action. The effective teams usually have the following characteristics. They focus on the worthwhile goals and define the achievement targets. They have a strong sense of self as well as a specific and essential task within the team, and are a part of a network with a strong communication and the teamwork abilities. Having a mutually supportive atmosphere for resolving the conflicts and the self-development, which is commonly embodied in either an explicit or an implicit set of principles. It takes a pleasure in activity as evidenced by inventiveness and a sense of humor. The team typically spends a lot of time on planning, linking team goals to the department and of the organization's vision and plan. The good teams also meet regularly to discuss the progress and also to take out time to reflect on their processes and how they interconnect as people. The team values can effectively provide a team's minimum standard of acceptable behavior and the performance on the job. All teams should strive to have established values that are very consistent with the core values of the organization. These defined standards can become a foundation for the team's overall success and the focal point for daily behavior. The challenge is coming up with a set of values that are more than motherhood and apple eye, and that the team really buys into. The typical values like ability to learn, encouraging initiative, integrity, mutual respect, open communication, and fun, for example, need the values defining in terms of what they mean in practice. So the practicalities of creating the team values and the pitfalls to avoid them when identifying the team values. According to Jesse Lynn Stoner, a case study outlines the 5 determining team values. The first one, a member of the leadership team advised that we figure out what our values are because no one had a time for an extra meeting to accomplish this work, and the task was delegated to a few volunteers to bring back to the leadership team. The blunder is to separate the values and, of course, the actual work. The leaders delegated and stepped back, and they would have discovered how these values drive the very behavior they need to do the work, and if they had taken the time as a team to debate the values they considered were vital for their future. The subgroup members realized that doing the task in isolation was not a smart idea. So, in order to be inclusive, they sent out a poll to everyone in the organization. The stumbling block is a lack of dialogue. The values become more than words on paper, and only through the participation and the debate, where people fully understand them and commit to embodying them. The participants were asked to list their top 5 values in the survey instructions, and there was no mission statement attached. The majority of the participants were asked to list their own personal values. So some people chose the values that they did not think were being lived right now. Some people did not identify the values like honesty because they felt they were givens, and the few people chose the values they thought were most important to the organization mission. So failure to link the values to the purpose or the mission and the vision is a common problem. The organization values must be more than the reflection of its members and the individual personal deals. So because the value influences the behavior and the decision making, selecting the values that will guide the company into the future is very critical. So simply recognizing the values that exist now defines where you are, but they are not necessarily the values that will assist you in getting to where you want to go. So the subgroup had a vibrant and exciting discussion where they had discussed the poll results and expressed their own perspectives on what values were important. Honesty, relationships, teamwork, profitability and enthusiasm were chosen as the 5 top values, and the failure to be descriptive is a pitfall. To the various people, words have varied meanings, and for each of these words, it is very critical to provide a precision about the definition as well as the examples of what the actions look like. The next is a subgroup reported their findings at the following leadership team meetings. They were praised for their efforts and commended on their accomplishments. The leader believed the mission had been completed and no further discussions were had on the matter. The figures were made public and made available on the internet. So nothing had changed as a result of this action, and the leaders would have to look them up if you ask them what the values are now. So the stumbling block is a lack of responsibility, and there are no procedures in place to track whether the values were being modeled by the leaders or lived throughout the company to assist in the resolution of the value conflicts or given the repercussions for the major violations. Without responsibility, identifying the values become merely a list checking exercise rather than a guiding force in your firm. So people talk about forming a team, working as a team, and my team in every workplace, but few understand how to create a teamwork experience or develop an effective team. In the broadcast sense, belonging to a team is the outcome of feeling a part of something bigger than your own self. So it has a lot to do with how well you understand your organization's missions as well as the goals. So how to build a successful work team? You contribute to the organization's overall performance in a team-oriented atmosphere. To achieve these outcomes, you collaborate with many of the members of the company. And even if you have a certain job function and are a member of a specific department, you work together with the other employees of the organization to achieve the overall goals. When distinguishing the team duties. It's critical to concentrate on the team members' specific strength. Yes, this is the next important part. Individual strengths should be used to divide the roles. And it's not so much about having the finest person for each function, as it is about fostering a culture of success as well as achievement. When each team member has a role that they excel at, they are more likely to feel appreciated and emit the positive energy to rest of the group. And on the other hand, if people are assigned to roles that do not suit them or help them achieve positive goals, frustration and resentment can develop within the team members. Then you need to allow your members to take the initiative. And it's critical that the team management does not start favoring certain team members by continually assigning them essential jobs and duties. Instead, you should encourage the team members to take the risk and take on the new challenges. So we should allow the members to take the initiative in this regard. Asking for the volunteers for the role is a smart approach to do this. Instead of declaring that person A is responsible for specific task, inform the team that you require someone for a specific task. Encourage the team more quiet members to take a lead if same people are continually stepping in. So we need to explore new people. We need to encourage the members who are very silently playing a role. So if we allow those members and initiate those members, encourage those members who are not participating, it is really good for making an effective team. We need to allow the members to take the initiative, and another technique is to involve everyone, is to make sure that each team member reviews the projects and the choices before they are finalized. So have each person submit a short feed before the materials or plans are finalized. Then we need to concentrate on the positive remarks. The comments can play and help promote a teamwork, but emphasis should always be on good rather than the negative feedback. Healthy feedback is another effective method for fostering a positive work environment and ensuring that everyone feels valued. Now, the concentration on the positive remarks is another point to build an effective team. The individual evaluation sessions with the team members are beneficial, but providing the relevant feedback to the entire team is also beneficial. So you can enhance the team's morale by emphasizing the importance of the team's overall performance as well as the individual contributions. The following suggestions will help you enhancing how your team communicates with one another. So communication is at the heart of teamwork, and it should be one of the team's main priority areas. The team and the organization's management must maintain an open door policy, and you need the members of your team to feel comfortable communicating the issues or positive developments at the moment. Then, of course, the next important point to make an effective policy is maintain an open door policy. Allowing the inquiries and suggestions from the team can help to improve the open door policy. The management should always pay attention to those questions and reply constructively. If a recommendation isn't feasible, for example, don't just state it won't be done. Instead, explain why and thank the people who suggested it. It is going to be having a very magical spillover onto the effectiveness of a particular team. Then when a team member has a problem, have an open door policy. You should maintain an open door policy. And of course, when a team member has a problem, whether it is with the project or with their personal life, make sure the rest of the team is there to help. And this can be accomplished by lowering the person's workload or giving a greater out of work assistance. So throughout the project, the team should be encouraged to brainstorm at the various moments. A brainstorming session once a week or every 2 weeks, for example, is a fantastic idea. Ensure that all the ideas are welcomed and considered during the meeting. And when it comes to the ideas, the team should look outside the box and be analytical. Yes, brainstorming should be encouraged. Crazy ideas should not be dismissed or ridiculed. You should build the trust among the group and ignite the ideas that could lead to success by listening to everyone's ideas. Brainstorming should be encouraged, and it's a good idea to switch the locations also to give the group members a new challenge, to get everyone into a different thinking mode. Don't only meet in the conference rooms. Go outside the office. Sit in the bustling cafe on a very happening place. Yes, sitting in such places is going to be very, very good for the ideas, and it is good for the organization also, because they are going to encounter the new ideas which can only come when they move out of the office. Then, curiosity should be encouraged. Curiosity is a crucial component of a successful team. The members go outside the team for ideas, as well as the MIT study demonstrated, which was illustrated before. So, curiosity about seeking the solutions should therefore be encouraged at all levels. Encourage the team members to ask the questions and seek the answers, to pick their interest. Remove the phrase, "That's a dumb question," from the team members' lexicon. Every question is a deserving question which deserves an excellent response from the team members. Encourage the team work outside of the workplace. So finally, strengthening the communication by encouraging the team to spend the time together outside of the work. Knowing each team member's social side can also help developing the trust and reduce the barriers to asking the inquiries or coming up with the fresh ideas. So begin by encouraging everyone on the team to eat the lunch together. Create a unique takeout opinions in the meeting rooms or organize the picnics throughout the warmer months to do so. So you will also need to plan some events outside of the workplace. So these don't even have to be face-to-face meetings. Instead, they might be online opportunities to converse. Use of the social media to link the teams and the instant messaging platforms like Snapchat, etc., to improve outside work cooperation. Then the next is, which is very crucial for the effective team, is to build the accountability, and it should be easily accessible. So a set of rules is required for effective teamwork. Accountability among the team members is very critical because it discourages the negative conduct and fosters the trust. Now, define each member's responsibility is an important feature for an effective team. Outlining the role of each team member is the first step towards increased accountability. Everyone should be aware of the team's main aim, but they should also be given their own set of objectives and the task. So the team will face less uncertainty and treading on each other's toes if the roles are well defined. On the similar pretext, as previously said, you want to use each team member's strength for the benefit of the entire group. Assign the assignments based on their skills and make sure that everyone in the team understands those responsibilities before the project begins. So throughout the process, review and reassign the duties as needed and make sure that everyone's participation is valued equally.